Welcome to this week's episode of TV Time Capsule. Joe, what are we doing here?
Well, first of all, I want to, I do want to introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Because I'm Joe Cazzotti. If you are watching this and you don't already know me, and this is Sarah Austin, we are your hosts for TV Time Capsule. And what are we doing here, Sarah?
We're reviewing television and its relationship to culture starting in the year 2000. So right now we're in season 1. We are in the year 2000, Y2K.
Yes, and so this is what we're doing. We're reviewing television year by year. And the idea is, how is television a reflection on society at that point in time? And how is society a reflection on television? Because at our hearts, we love television.
We love television. And because we love television, first, let's start with, what are you watching right now, Joe?
Oh, well, there's so much.
There's a lot.
Well, we're pretty much, I know that we are pretty much watching the same things right now.
Sure, but which one do you want to talk about?
Well,
you go first.
Here's the deal, and spoiler on any of these.
Any of it.
On any of this, but I do want to bring up, we are coming up on the Love is Blind reunion, and where do they find these men?
I genuinely have no idea.
Some of the women too. They're
some
fucking
of the women
awful.
too, and I do feel like there's like a cadence to these Love is Blind. So one season they'll get like the worst women they've ever gotten, and then the next season they'll offset it by getting the worst men they've ever gotten. But on the whole, the men are so much worse, and the men this season are truly like over the top sociopathic. I've read that they recruit for people on LinkedIn, which is just...
It makes sense.
It makes so much sense, because if you're a person with like a strong LinkedIn presence... That
means you have too much confidence.
Are terrible. You're overly confident. You're terrible. You're way too attached to your job. It's been bad. And a lot of scorned people, and it's just a nightmare.
Not to mention... my favorite guy, obviously, I think it's everyone's favorite guy, is the very diminutive Chris, who like he has rosacea and is like he's
like 5 feet tall.
5 feet tall. He looks like an Oompa Loompa, and he's just like, you know what, the hot doctor doesn't work out enough for me.
She doesn't do Pilates enough. He told her that she needed to do Pilates every day in order to be like the other girls he has dated, which was one of the most insane things I've ever heard on television. I could not believe it. This woman is 38. She is a doctor. She is super beautiful, really cool, super nice. And he's like an imp. It's crazy. And then there's Alex, who is like gonna kill somebody.
Can we talk? No one is, I mean, like, this guy is going to be on a Netflix documentary at some point. But the thing that not many people, what's going on with his hair with like the little, he got a little curl thing going on.
Tiny little curl. I don't know if it's a cowlick, but I think that he deserves it. Whatever it is, he deserves that hair malfunction.
And he gets uglier as the series goes on somehow, like physically uglier. I'm positive of it.
He's a good looking guy at the beginning, and by the end he literally is at his wedding with crumbs in his beard. Like he has crumbs in his beard.
He had like dandruff on his shirt, on his suit. He showed up purely because it was in his contract to show up. Purely because he is trying to get a brand deal off of this chick.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen. And then like her terrible father was in the audience, like
Mr. Burns.
Yeah, just like so happy. But I don't want him to be. I saw someone say, I want a world where neither of those guys are happy. I want her dad to be unhappy, and I also want Alex to be unhappy.
So
then there's a couple others that, you know, Devontae is... Brittany, please stand up. Get out. You're so beautiful and so fun. Just get out. Get out. Stand up and get out.
That dude's a bump on the log. But anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about is what we have going on right now, and it is an event.
It's an event.
In our household.
Should be in your household too.
Survivor 50 is out, and it is fantastic.
We're so back, baby.
Right.
We're so back.
I have watched 2 episodes of Australian Survivor, and I have been telling people for years that Australian Survivor is the premium show now over US Survivor. That US Survivor has fallen off. Switch it up this season.
Switch it up. Survivor
because
50 is where it's at.
I've watched 2 episodes of Survivor 50 or 2 weeks in, and I am hooked. I am in. It feels like real Survivor again. I am so excited. And what year did Survivor premiere, Sarah?
It premiered in 2000.
So
premiered in 2000.
We might be having a little Survivor episode coming in the future. We might try to time that up with the Survivor 50 finale. So be on the lookout for that. But anyway, if you are not watching Survivor 50, catch up on 49 seasons really quickly and join us.
And if you want, leave a comment and we can give you a specific guide as to what seasons to watch for this season specifically. We kind of just did that for a friend of ours. She wasn't able to get through all of it, but either way, I've never watched a returning season live. I just started watching in 2020. So this is like huge for me. Seeing all my friends back, even though I didn't meet them real time. It's incredible. We're obviously rooting for Sari. Obviously.
Rooting for Sari. I'm rooting for Coach.
I'm a little bit rooting for Ozzy and Coach to stay in as long as possible, which is crazy to say just because I'm really enjoying the drama that they're bringing.
Yes. I certainly hope that like some of my favorites go deep. So anyway, there will be plenty of time where we will talk about every Survivor character in the history of the world.
Yeah.
That'll have to be like our most special episode because we are
super fans.
Yeah. So anyway,
what else
are we watching?
Traitors finale. Spoiler for the winner. We love Rob Roush. We love Mara.
He is the best traitor that I have seen since Sari. It's Sari, Rob Roush, big drop in gameplay, and then every other traitor there's been. I think that I meet a lot of people that don't necessarily watch like reality competition television that watch the traitors.
Yeah.
Because they're brought there by, some of the Bravo shows, the Real Housewives stuff, Selling Sunset. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know if they had one this season.
Sam Dorsch is shout out Sam Dorsch, friend of the pod.
Do you want her full name on here?
She doesn't care.
Okay.
I don't give a shit. But no, she knows all of these shows, like our the House of Villains.
Yeah. We're watching House of Villains. Rest in peace to Plain Jane. We really liked her. I'm going to go back and watch her season of Drag Race. But yeah, people come in from different entry points than they do. Then I think our entry point is the less common one to the traitors. I think most people are drawn there by the Housewives, by the rest of the Bravo Lebs.
Yes, that there's a lot of people that are there just to see their friends. And if the traitors has brought you into kind of a little bit of that deceitful reality competition television, talk to us.
Yeah. Talk to us.
And if you are looking for Survivor episodes to watch or Survivor seasons to watch, please let us know. We'll be happy to curate your guide. It's one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah, we'd love to. We love the experience of watching people watch it. But yes, we love Rob Roush. Shout out to Mara. She got her Birkin. She was absolutely charming. This is a testament, I think, for all. As a watcher, obviously I've not played any of these games, but as a watcher, if you go on reality TV and you look stupid in any way, the most charming possible thing you can do is just let the egg be on your face. Like, she has just been so funny throughout this entire postseason, being like, I didn't think about that at all. She's just so cute and so willing to accept that she totally flubbed it. A legend. She's so cute. We love her so much. And
I could talk about what went on in the traitors all day, but Rob Roush,
legend,
well
king,
done,
icon.
Kudos to you, sir.
Maybe the best man to ever come out of Alabama. I don't think that's a stretch to say, to be honest. I think that he might be one of the best.
So
okay, I think that's it. I think that's all we're watching.
We've been
right now.
We've delved into this for probably a little too long. Sarah, what are we talking about this week?
Well, this week we're going back in time. It was a different time in TV, as we've talked about before. We are going to talk about the music television landscape in the year 2000.
MTV,
VH1.
BET.
That's it. Those are the big three from our perspective. I'm sure there were some other offshoots, but that's what we're going to be covering today.
And so obviously it's mainly going to be focused on MTV programming, but we will be talking about some of the other programming that was on, and how that differed. Year 2000, here's what we got, right? Again, like this goes back to last week. We're coming out of the presidency of Bill Clinton, right? The youth culture in America is not too plugged into politics. It is not like today where everyone knows what the president is doing. It was not that important. And you're starting to really kind of come into that .com boom, right? Like you're coming into the .com boom. Now, I was a freshman in college in 1999 and 2000, and I showed up with my desktop computer, and it got set up in my dorm room, and within an hour of having it set up, the guys on my freshman hall were telling me about Napster. And it changed. There were guys on that hall, right? Like there were guys that were they had like used up their entire memory, their entire like computer just with music downloaded from Napster. The shit was like that small then, and I was on there just downloading music. And so what we're witnessing there is again, like the year 2000 to me is, especially considering what happens in 2001, as we all know, 9/11, blah, blah, blah. But the year 2000 is really like, I mean, it's the end of the millennium, but it's like the end of an era, and everything kind of changes going forward. And the way people listen to music, the way people, viewed music changes, kind of starting right around that time. But when I was a kid, when I was young, when I was heading into the year 2000, MTV shaped what kids in high school were listening to. MTV, it was more than radio, more than anything. You would watch music videos. Like I would watch music videos all day.
Yeah.
If I was home from high school in like say 1998, 1999, I would just sit at home. I would watch Sports Center all morning. I would watch The Price is Right. And then I would just watch music videos the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And so music culture, and pop culture was really centered around what was going on MTV at that time. And so what were you listening to in the year 2000?
Yeah, so we were looking, I mean, we'll cover this later. So basically all of those top 40 hits that came from, I was not a huge music video watcher, just full disclosure. When I stayed home from school in elementary school in the year 2000, I watched Doug's First Movie and A Very Goofy Movie, like back to back over and over and over. But all of these music videos, and again, all of which that somehow still seeped into my consciousness, all of these videos were familiar to me. That's what I was listening to. That's what was on the radio. And I think it really, even though I didn't know it, I think that MTV's sort of push of these certain artists and of these certain videos is what seeped into my music world at that time. It was very pop oriented. I listened to Q94, which was a radio station in Virginia, 94.5, and then there was B103, best of the 80s, 90s, and today. And so that's what I was listening to. And that's a lot of what is covered. That's a lot of what these music videos were. And I do want to mention, like this was the peak of music video television from what I understand. Like this is when TRL was getting like the top numbers. So they were running like the music scene in a way.
They were, it was strange. Like, I was I was very in touch with what was going on MTV. It had really skewed poppy.
Yeah.
By
Very
that point in
poppy.
time, but there was like earlier than that, you would get a lot of like the rock stuff, like in the 90s, you get, some of the alternative, you get, Nirvana and, Smashing Pumpkins was huge. And like those things started to fade out into this like, and you looked at TRL and it was pop, 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 like some hip hop. And then I was really like 106 in Park.
Yeah.
Debuts in the year 2000.
Yep.
106 in Park, for those that are not educated on this, was BET's answer to TRL. And, it skewed, completely hip hop. Did you, interesting fact that 106 in Park premiered September 11th, 2000. So
Oh my
one
God.
year so 1 year prior to the world changing, the world changed.
That's big. There's something cosmically interesting about that date, apparently.
But like if you wanted to know what was going on at a like at a frat house or a like house party or a club at around that time, it was not necessarily what was on TRL. You could look at what was on 106 in Park, right? Like, and like some of it crossed over, like Juvenile crossed over to TRL. I think that, what was it, number 9?
Yeah, I think it's like number 8 or number 9, and we'll pull those up later.
But like, you'd go into a party or a club or something, and which I was doing at that age. I'm an old man now and I don't do these sort of things, but I would go to frat parties and, Back That Ass Up would play like 5 times a night. It is still the song that you can, that will draw me like anywhere. If I'm at a wedding and I am anywhere near the room and I hear,
oh God,
dun, 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 I sprint.
Yeah, it was number 9
to the dance floor. But anyway, like, but AJ and Free were they were the first hosts. I mean, by the time they changed hosts, I don't even know who was. But in the year 2000, AJ and Free. And I started watching that more and more and more and more as the 2000s, when I was like watching music television, which I did less and less of going forward.
Yeah. As did everybody else. This was the peak. I mean, TRL was getting, I think, 700,000 daily viewers. And then this was, 106 in Park was BET's highest rated show. I don't know if that
probably
still
ever
holds. I don't know if that still holds.
I would bet time, forever.
I mean, it was huge for them. It was a huge staple on that network.
And then on the other side of that coin, you had VH1
struggling to keep up for a while until
well, here's what VH1 was. VH1 was Gen X's answer to not being cool anymore. Like it was
so
just VH1 was like, what do you mean college radio isn't cool anymore, right? Like I still like REM. Interesting thing. I was talking to another friend of the pod, John Menekheim.
Oh, what did he have to say?
Now, we were just talking about all kinds of stuff, as you do when you talk to John for
that's right
a long time. But no, he somehow REM came up, and John Menekheim hates fucking REM. That's what you need to know. That's all I have to say about that. That's
okay.
All. But but VH1 did have pop-up video.
I had never heard of this. Honestly, I had never heard of this. Joe said we have to talk about pop-up video, and I said, what is that? And I thought it was like original programming, which I guess it was. I had no clue. I thought it was like a show, an additional show, but what it really was, if you want to break down the premise.
Well, what pop-up video was it was just they would just play a video, and little pop-up bubbles would come in about information about like the shooting, about the background of the artist, about, interesting facts, that might tie into the video. And it was fun. It was fun to watch, and you learned while you were watching, music videos. They would point out bloopers that would be on screen. It was fun. But I think what you find in music television across the board there, it was fun. It was supposed to be fun, and it was kind of shaping what culture was at the time. Like, you saw, whoever the guest was on TRL, and you would see people dressed that way, like the next week, right? It launches Eminem, right? Like, I don't think without music television, Eminem becomes as big a deal as he was. It was a big deal that you had this like white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid, kind of, rapping, obviously, but kind of giving white America an anti-hero.
I don't know if we needed that, but I do want to say, I don't know if we needed Eminem
to have an anti-hero.
I don't know if we as white Americans needed an anti-hero. I feel like we have plenty of those, but yeah, well,
I don't think that that he becomes as big a deal
without music
without like seeing him front and center every day.
Yeah.
Right.
I do want to mention, and this is really interesting about pop-up video. One of the things that they talked about was how they spent a lot of time speaking to these craftspeople behind the scenes that really, really wanted to talk about these videos. Like, it was something that like, that was their distinguishing factor. Whereas like MTV and 106 and Park were like launching artists. The thing that VH1 was doing was really like centering some of these craftspeople and like centering some of the stories behind the music, even though it was like, it wasn't popular music, like you say. Like, they weren't doing the launching of art. It wasn't presently popular music.
No.
It was mostly old videos. There was quite a few.
It was a lot of REM.
It literally was REM. It was like Melissa Etheridge, REM. It wasn't like these big superstars. But I thought that was really interesting, and it did become really popular. Like, it's kind of hard to conceptualize now that like putting pop-ups over a video would be like enough pizzazz to make something stand out in this like oversaturated digital world where everyone can have every piece of information forever, always, just by getting on Reddit.
Right. If I want to know who that actor is in the background of something, I could just look it up.
Right.
But these guys were out there gathering information, like firsthand information. Yeah. Like they weren't just like Googling and throwing something in a bubble, but they were going and like interviewing people that were working on the video.
Yeah, like caterers, limo drivers is what he mentions, which is really, really cool. So you have MTV, that's launching artists. 106 and Park, that's launching artists. VH1 is just doing their own weird Gen X thing, as you say.
Yes. So, but to talk about the flagship show here a little bit, TRL.
Yeah.
TRL. What year
Carson
do you know what year TRL launched?
I don't. I know I don't have it here, but I know that I think it was like 95 or 96. He was still right. Really, really young at this time.
He was 27.
Carson Daly, by the way, is who we're talking about, was the
host
of TRL.
27 in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And
wow. Older than you. He's older than you.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, he's actually considerably older. He's like 5 or 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
But no, he's like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But in the year 2000, he's 27, and it was filmed every day in Times Square.
Yeah,
it was filmed in Times Square. This was like a culture, and people would stand outside, and it would be a big thing. It would be like the Today Show or whatever the hell would be on, and there would be people standing outside the window with signs, and peak of 700,000 viewers a day, which for a basic cable show, that was not on at prime time, right? It was on, like.
Is it like 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock,
yeah, 5, 6,
right?
Yes.
5 or 6 o'clock, and it is determining what the culture is going forward. And they would just count down videos, and I would sit there sometimes just to hope that, whatever video I liked, it made it to number one, right? And anyway, in the year 2000, we are at like the heart of pop music, right? Like that pop boom. You had Britney Spears was in her prime. Christina Aguilera was in her prime. NSYNC, this was NSYNC's like banner year. And Backstreet Boys were on their way out a little bit. They still had the number 2 video of the year 2000, but they are fading out a little bit. But it's right there in that time when it was so poppy, it was so fun. I loved all of this music, although when I'm a 19-year-old kid, I didn't admit I wanted to look cooler than what I was. Right. But I loved the Britney Spears music. I loved NSYNC. I loved the Backstreet Boys music. It was, it was catchy. You know what I mean? I know it was really easy to know all the words to the songs. They were fun and they were my age. And, they just, it was a good time to be young. And, before all this bullshit happens the next year.
What are those videos, Joe? Do you want to talk about the videos?
I would love to talk about the videos. I would love to talk about the videos.
All right, so we're just going to be recapping the top 10 in this segment. So what was the number 1 video? The TRL top video of the year in the year 2000.
It is the absolute classic. NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah. So if you had asked me with a gun to my head what year I thought this song came out, I would have said like 2001 or 2002. I didn't realize it was this early.
It was, and this is like, I would say that this is NSYNC's the song, right?
I think so.
It's the song that you think of when you think of NSYNC, and I still know I can see it, right? I know we've reviewed these, not long ago. We looked at all of them, we watched all the videos, but I mean, like, you can still see the marionette stuff going on, and doing the, and then there's people that still can just like do that dance, can do the Bye 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 dance, but it also, if you look at like the NSYNC, as they've grown, this is like the era where they finally just decided we're putting Justin Timberlake front and center, no matter what. And
we got into a heated debate about who is the number 2 guy.
Who's the second in command in NSYNC, and the answer is JC Chasez.
Right, which we actually found out, and we had a friend that said, no, JC Chasez is like number 1. And we were like, that's crazy. But then we went back and like, he kind of was at a point. Like, it seems like he was meant to be equal with Justin Timberlake, and they just gave up. They would put him
front and center a lot in the early years of NSYNC. JC Chasez was the respected general of NSYNC. It was never Lance Bass, and it certainly was not Joey Fatone or Chris Kirkpatrick.
Here's the thing. I think that Lance Bass, maybe he wasn't like in the videos as much, but I certainly think he had his own thing going on always. Like, he was a face that you thought of when you thought of NSYNC. And I don't think that's like retconning. I think that that's what I thought then.
You see, this is going to be my second Samantha Dorsch reference in this episode. But I was talking to her about who the number 2 in NSYNC was, and she was like, well, I think it's Lance Bass. And I was like, why? And she was like, I just had a crush on him when I was that young.
Well, and that, I mean,
and she actually said, like, when he came out, it like years later, it broke her heart as an adult.
Here's the thing. That can be a reason that someone is famous in a group like this, though. Like, I didn't even know how to say JC's last name. I thought it was Chavez.
Shazay.
Yeah, I know that now, but I can understand. Like, I think Lance Bass always had a little extra something going on, and not that he's like we reviewed the tapes. We saw that he's like not front and center in the music videos, but I do still think that he was like number 2.
That's ridiculous. That's absurd.
In fame, he was number 2.
We're talking about who was number 2 in the band.
We didn't specify what metric we were using to talk about this.
We said number 2 in command.
No, we said number 2.
No,
we just said number 2. We never said.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Move forward.
All right, we're going to move forward. Number 2 is Backstreet Boys, Shape of My Heart. And I do want to note, after this argument we just got in, Backstreet Boys had a bit more of an egalitarian model.
They definitely did.
If you watch their video.
Right? Like, Nick Carter is kind of like the sweetheart, of the band, right? Like, he's the baby-faced youngest one, which always gets a lot of play. But all of them, will take front and center sometimes. Brian Luttrell and AJ and Kevin.
The other guys. I don't know their names.
Howie Dorough. But they would all... Yeah, I know my boy bands.
Yeah. They all took center stage at one point, though. It was it was way less like star focused than NSYNC.
Right. Now, you see, this is Shape of My Heart is off Black and Blue, which is like that's the album when they're on their way out. This is things like their biggest stuff is actually before the year 2000, right? Like I Want It That Way had already come and gone.
Yeah.
Which was probably the height of Backstreet Boys mania.
Number 3 is Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. I think we have decided this is her top song too. The other one was Hit Me Baby.
Hit Me Baby. That was her. Hit Me Baby One More Time was her, where she jumps onto the scene.
Yeah.
Right?
And it was big.
It was big, and I can tell you that would have been 1997 or 98, because I'm almost the exact same age as Britney Spears. That's how I know. Like, I'm a couple of months older than her. And I know that she was 16, so I was 16 when that video came out. So it would have been like 97.
This is her real star.
But this is the one. Oops, I Did It Again. I think is the one that you think of when you think of like Britney Spears. I mean, you think of other ones, but
she's wearing the red latex in this.
She's wearing the red latex.
It's iconic. You can dress for it as Halloween any year for forever, and it will always be recognized.
And so she's like 19 years old, and like
poor Britney.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, this is just a side note. They like the sexualization of some of these pop stars on both sides, right? Like the men too. But Britney Spears was like 16, and they had completely like sexualized her at that point. That's neither here nor there, but they were like heartthrobs, and it was not just teenagers that were paying attention.
No, and this is here and there, because this is a huge staple. I mean, we'll get into it later when we talk about some of the other programming, but this was a staple of 2000s TV. As it was, as much fun as it was also, there's horrendous things that happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, it's like the pop scene. It's presented as wholesome, but it is hyper sexualized.
Yeah, it's
hyper
sexualized. Especially then, it was really bad. All right, number 4.
It is Eminem,
the real
Slim Shady. This is again off of what I consider to be his like magnum opus, the Marshall Mathers LP. That's his second big one. It's his second one off of Dre's label, Aftermath. But this was the big song off of that album. He had already come out. He had already, become a force. This is when he becomes like the biggest thing in hip hop, and it did help that he was white. It just did. It spoke. It kind of crossed over into a lot of things that people, like white kids that weren't necessarily into hip hop started to pay a lot more attention. And it was not. This man is uber talented. Like I mean, he is.
Yeah. One of the best.
He's one of the greatest rappers, to ever lived. But he got attention that, Nas didn't get, and from white America.
Oh, he's on he's the highest hip hop artist on TRL.
He's
at this time.
And then there was a reason for that. But anyway, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not just saying that he made it because he was white, but because he's like incredibly talented. But it was, hey, we can package this.
Yep.
And he was saying the most outlandish shit in the world
Crazy
at that
shit.
point in time. He was just saying like whatever at that point in time, and he just kind of got away with it. What else we got? What?
Number 5, this is the other main pop girl, Christina Aguilera, "Come On Over Baby."
And
pretty straightforward. This video was kind of, really straightforward.
It was just her. It's not Genie in a Bottle, which was her.
No, it's just
I think that's her main jam,
Yeah.
which had already happened.
Yeah, this was just her in some different outfits singing a song. She is also crazy talented. Love them both. Don't want to pit them against each other. Of who was the main pop girl. Kind of a nothing burger video.
Right, she's the secondary pop girl at this point in time.
Yeah, but she's also got the chops. You know what I mean? Like she
was probably a better singer than
she
Britney
can
Spears.
sing,
She's
like,
definitely a better
really
singer than Britney Spears, but she was not the it girl.
No.
At that point in time.
No. They put her in like a different category. They like made her look dirty. You know what I mean? Like they wanted her as like a dirty counterpart to Britney.
I remember, yeah, they did, and they may have like sexualized her a little more.
Even worse.
Well,
yeah.
I remember
in
a
a different way. They like made it out like she was like this big, slutty, greasy sort of character, and she's really just like a crazy good singer. Is like all she really ever was.
It was around this time. It was probably a little after that. She does this photo shoot. And it's for a magazine. It might have been Rolling Stone. I don't even know what it was for. You guys can look this up.
Yeah.
But she's topless, and she's got like, they have like these dread extensions on her.
Yeah.
And you can like, and it goes up over her breasts, and like there's one shot where you can see her nipple, and you can tell she has her nipple pierced, and it was a big deal for me at the time. I wanted to see that, but
I'm sure.
And it's the advent of the internet. You could look that up and see these type of things.
Yeah. They wanted her to be like the sort of badder counterpart to Britney, but we love them both. They're both really talented. But this video was kind of, I kind of just glossed right over it. The next one is really fun.
Next one, a Baltimore legend. We have Cisco.
Thong Song.
The Thong Song.
Fun
Cisco.
fact, my mom burned this onto a CD for me when I was like, whenever it came out. Like right after it came out, she burned it onto a CD for me when I went to like I think it was at summer camp. So it might have been the next summer that she burned it onto the CD for me, but.
Cisco, that song was huge. And it was poppy. It was such a poppy song.
Yeah.
But like you get cameos on there, in the video itself, and he's driving a Bentley through the Florida Keys, but you get cameos from Method Man, Redman, Ja Rule, LL Cool J in that song. But, as we all know, Cisco, formerly of Drew Hill, which is short for Druid Hill
in Baltimore.
So there's our Baltimore shout out for
this episode.
If you don't know, we are filming this in Baltimore,
Maryland, baby.
All right.
Number 7.
Korn, Make Me Bad. To be honest with you,
I've never heard this song in my life.
People are either all in on Korn or they're not. I just know it's a Korn song that is not the Freak on a Leash.
Yeah.
So like if it doesn't have the boom,
no,
I don't want it.
No.
So next,
this was a second NSYNC feature on this list. It's Gonna Be Me, and I wonder if they had like a theme going through. I'm assuming these were on the same album, and
right.
In this video, they're toys.
Yes.
And in the first video, they're like marionette dolls.
They're marionette dolls.
So they were really feeling that
like,
whole sort of like plastic.
But you get that thing with Justin Timberlake like busting through the plastic.
Yeah.
And then they're like Barbie dolls.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. The creative direction was like pretty consistent through this, but I'm surprised that this one is so much lower than their first one, because this is another that is one of the songs that they had. So I'm surprised at how much further down it was. I guess the video isn't as iconic. It's not as strong. It's kind of all over the place.
But yeah, I mean, like, this is like, but this is obviously like NSYNC's like time.
Yeah.
Right now, like they're the only band that makes it in the top 10 twice.
Yeah.
This is the year of NSYNC.
Yeah. This is their time.
So.
You want to talk about the next one?
I would like to talk about the next one. The next one is Juvenile, featuring Manny Fresh and Lil Wayne. A very young Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I was going to say, he must have been like a kid, like a teen.
He just, he was.
How
he was
old
like,
is he? Like 16? He must have been like 16 here or something.
He was probably like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But like, he was, like, Cash Money Cash Money Records was exploding, and it was just like Southern hip hop. And Lil Wayne was in there, and he was kind of like towards the end of that video. It's just him going, after you pick it up and then stop. Now what, drop it like it's hot, right? Like that's Lil Wayne's entire part in that song. But he had Juvenile in it. Juvenile, very interesting way of rapping with the yeah, like it's just a yeah at the end of every line. What's
the video like?
The video, it is, so it's like a barbecue.
Yeah,
it looks like a barbecue. It's just like it's basically just a bunch of people standing around while they're rapping.
Yeah.
It is, but it's an anthem. It is like a club anthem at that time.
Yeah.
And it was so kind of like in your face, sexualized, and it crossed over into like this like they made it onto MTV because it was such a big deal in like frat houses, and you would go out to the club and you would hear it 8 times a night. I love this song. I will always.
Is this your favorite song on the list?
This is my favorite song on the list, just because it is like so clearly cemented in my mind about what that time period was to me, right? Like there was in my freshman hall, there was they had a book, like a book exchange, and you would write down the name of your textbook on there, and it would, someone would be like, hey, I need that, so you'd sell it to them or whatever. And it was just like something on my freshman hall, and someone wrote down there, "You Too Can Walk It Like a Dog" by Joe Cozzati, right? Like, and it was so like, walk it like a dog, yeah, break you off, yeah, is a line from the song. But anyway, it was such like it evokes such a very clear memory of my life, that specific song. It was just like a frat party every night, and it would get girls to take their clothes off, and that was important. And then they would play Old Dirty Bastards, Baby I Got Your Money right afterwards. It was that,
like a set.
Yeah, it was like that type of thing. And what do we have coming in at number 10?
Hanson, but not the main Hanson.
Not Mbop. The Hanson song that's not Mbop.
I've never heard this song in my life. Ever.
We watched the video, still hadn't heard this song.
No,
in my life.
Even now, I still haven't heard it.
That's how we watched it was. And we still haven't heard it.
It's called If Only.
Now, there may be like some super Hanson fan out there that is going to be mad at us for this.
Okay, well, stay mad. I'm sorry.
It's Hanson, and it's not Mbop.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about people that were on their way out, I am shocked that they are on the top. I thought they were like,
I'm shocked that they made it to like top 10.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that there was
I'm
a
shocked,
song,
and quite frankly, I'm a little miffed.
right? There's a lot of other good ones that are down further on the list. You got Destiny's Child, like making
Yeah.
some early appearances there. You know, and others.
Yeah, we're about to go through a game where we try. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I'm surprised that they made this list. But overall, this is like a really, I think, good summary of like where music was at in the year. Because again, whether you were getting it on TV, it was pushing out from TV onto the radio. Like these were absolutely the songs that I knew, the CDs that I had. Absolutely, I was being influenced by like the cultural power that was this countdown. And not to discount the other two that we've talked about, but I mean, this really was like so mainstream.
It was
Everyone
very
has
mainstream
heard
culture.
these. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I think as I got older, I started actually watching the BET show.
Yeah.
I started watching less music television overall as time went on. We'll get into that a little later about why that is.
Yeah.
But you know, that like when I was like a certain age, like MTV set the culture of youth, right? So
All right. Do we want to get into our segment, into our little quiz game?
we'll get into our little. Why don't we take a break? Why don't we take a commercial break?
Do we have another commercial to play?
No, we're just gonna play the same one.
Okay, good idea.
And and we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we will come back. We're gonna play our little game, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
All right, we'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Mount Royal Soaps. And honestly, I feel like they're pretty on theme. If you think back to the early 2000s television, stuff like The Real World, spring break specials, reality shows, everyone living in one house or outside, a lot of sweating, a lot of filthy hot tubs, and just honestly makes me feel like I need a shower just thinking about it. Can you imagine what it felt like to live in the Road Rules camper?
Did you see they have a candle inspired by the Jersey Shore?
You can honestly tell whoever came up with these products watched a lot of TV. They have a soap called Good God Lemon. Mount Royal Soaps makes small batch bar soaps, shampoos, skincare, and home fragrances here in the United States, but not in like a weird MAGA way. They use real vegetable oils, they clean and natural scents, and none of that harsh, overly perfumed 5-in-1 detergent shit we used to get back then that dries your skin out. This is stuff for adults who have survived the 2000s and are just trying to take it easy on their skin. I've been using their shampoo bars and conditioner that come in travel tins. I have crazy hair, and it is one of the only things that tames it. You can throw it in your gym bag. I leave it in my shower. They come in tins that are super, super easy to transport and travel with. So go to mountroyalsoaps.com and check them out. Use promo code TVTIME, TVTIME, for 20% off your first order. It's a small business. They have genuinely great products. They're great friends of the pods, our best friends in the world. And we hope they stay in business so next time they can actually pay us for an ad.
All right, we're back. And so we have ourselves a little game here. We are going to be drawing from, and we took from the top 40 videos on TRL in the year 2000. And a friend of the pod, Ryan Kearney, thank you, Ryan, wrote down some song lyrics for us, and it is our job to complete the song lyric.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first, or shall I?
I can go first, and these are a little long, so this is kind of a challenge. So the fill in the blank part.
I will tell you that I would have gotten about 3 of yours. I knew almost every song it was, but it was like difficult for me to actually get the lyric correctly.
Yeah. It's hard. So I'll get started. And again, it's a little long. Feminist women love Eminem. Chicka chicka Slim Shady. I'm sick of him. It's hard not to sing these. Look at him walking around, grabbing his you-know-what. Flipping the you-know-who. Yeah, but he's so cute, though. Yeah, I probably got a couple of screws up in my head loose, but no worse than what's going on in your parents' bedrooms. Sometimes I want to get on TV and just let loose.
But can't but it's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose. My bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips. And if you're lucky, I might just give him a little kiss.
Very
that's
good.
the message we expect to deliver to little kids and
That was
expect
it.
them not to know what the word clitoris is.
You don't have to keep going. That was it.
That was pretty good, though,
yeah,
right?
that was
I
pretty
kept
good.
going.
That was pretty good.
That is The Real Slim Shady by Eminem.
I mean, this one is, it literally says Eminem and Slim Shady in the lyrics.
I know. Well, I mean, obviously I knew the...
Well, yeah.
All right. My microphone's here.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Whatever. We'll cut that.
Yeah. We'll cut that.
All right. Sadness is beautiful. Loneliness, that's tragical. So help me, I can't win this war. Oh no. Touch me now, don't bother. If every second it makes me weaker. You can't save me from the man I've become. I got this one immediately.
Tragical?
Yeah, tragical. It's a word that they used.
Say the first two lines again.
Sadness is beautiful. Loneliness, it's tragical. I will tell you that the next line is the chorus. We've discussed this song already.
What? Okay, we've discussed this song already.
And like
I
I
don't
said,
want to leave dead air, so I got to think this through. We've discussed this song already. Okay, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to go back and look at my list of top 10. So, Bye, 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 Shape of My Heart, Oops, I Did It Again. Say it again.
sadness is beautiful. Loneliness, that's tragical. So help me, I can't win this war. Oh no. Touch me now, don't bother. If every second it makes me weaker. You can't save me from the man I've become. I knew this one immediately, Sarah.
Is it The Shape of My Heart?
It is.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And so
because
the next lyrics would be looking back on the things
Looking back on the things I
we can't really
done.
sing them. I don't think we're
Oh,
allowed
shit.
to.
Okay.
Well,
All
we'll
right.
be fine.
I was trying to be someone.
I played
I played my part. Hang on. Is it just go into now? Let me show you the shape of my heart.
I played my part. Kept you in the dark.
Kept you in the dark. Kept you in. Okay, I'll stop.
Now
The
let
dark.
me
Now
show
let me
you
show
the shape of my heart.
Okay, that's really hard to do that without like knowing what the tune
See,
is.
and that's not. I really like that song.
Yeah.
So I know it, but it's not like the Backstreet Boys main song.
Tragical, is that a real word? That's not a real word.
Sadness is beautiful. Loneliness.
Tragical.
That's tragical.
But that's not a word, is it?
It may not be a word. It's a word here.
All right, here we go. You see, my problem is that I can't even say it because I am convinced.
So I think that's
Hang on.
Joe 1, Sarah
on.
nothing. By the way.
Okay, but you could have given me some. Well, the problem is you jumped in and helped me out, and then I got it from there. You got to give me some time to think it through, without letting there be too much dead air. Okay, this is hard for me not to laugh because I want to sing it. Okay. You see, my problem is this. I'm dreaming away, wishing that heroes, they truly exist. I cry watching the days. Can't you see I'm a fool in so many ways? But to lose all my senses, that is just so typically me.
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. Got lost in the game.
Okay.
Ooh, baby, baby.
Okay. All right. That's right.
Oops, you think I'm in love, that I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent.
All right. That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. All right. Number 2.
Okay.
We'll just say we're going to start giving clues here. So
Clues?
number 6 on the TRL countdown.
No, I don't want clues.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
That dress so scandalous, and I swear another couldn't handle it. See you shaking that thing like who's the ish, with a look in your eye so devilish. You like to dance at all the hip-hop spots, and you cruise to the cruise like Connect the Dots. You know what? I'm going to give you...
No, I know the song. It's Cisco. It's the thong song. Say the last line again. I know the lyrics. He was living La Vida Loca. She had dumps like a truck.
I know, but
truck.
you see,
Thighs
he had
like what?
But he
what?
had not just this was not just urban. You like the pop because she was living La Vida Loca.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
I was going to give you that last line
She had
too.
dumps like a truck, thighs like what? Baby, move your butt, all night long. Let me see that thong. So I say, okay. All right. Okay.
So stupid. When you say it out loud, it's so stupid.
It's so hard not to sing it. It like makes me, and I understand.
By the way, when I pause and I blank, it is so I don't say a slur.
Yes, correct. I know you can't stand it, Dick Bandit. Done landed. See your drawers handed. We can go get it, y'all. Gang split it, y'all. Put the bitch on the wall and I hit it, y'all. Looking kind of lonely. I'm feeling horny. Put the dick in the middle like Moni. And I beat big, thick plumber chick and a Hummer chick. Now, this is only one line.
Beat the dick like a motherfucking drummer chick.
Yeah. I don't know why that's only one line, but yes, that's correct.
See that? Putty tat.
Okay.
Look at that. I love a fucking hooded rat. That's a fact.
Okay. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
That is
Juvenile.
That is Juvenile.
Yes,
that is one of my favorite songs of all time.
I'm excited to read my next one to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this one. So we haven't just discussed this one. It was number 11 on TRL.
Okay.
Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the people that don't give a fuck, where you at? All the lovers, where you at? All the haters, where you at? And all the people that call themselves players, where you at? Hot mamas, where you at? Pimp daddies, where you at? And all the people rolling up in caddies, where you at? Do you even know the song?
I mean, that sounds really familiar. Yeah. Again, there's very few songs on this list, even up to the top 50, that I didn't know. But I don't think
you know this song. You probably don't like it very much.
Don't like it.
Okay. I'll give you the. You can just need the. Here, I'm going to go ahead and give you. Hey rockers, where you at? Hip hoppers, where you at? And everybody all around the world.
I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know this.
This is Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah.
It's move in, now move out. Hands up. Now hands down.
Yeah.
Back up, back up.
I do know this song. But I wouldn't have gotten that. It's just not my main thing.
All right.
Okay.
So this is like 3-0 at this point.
No, it's not. I got the last one. It's 3-1. I just got that last one.
Okay,
I don't know what
all
you're
right.
talking about.
All right.
Okay. Well, but the thing is, here's I don't know why he did. The ones that he gave me, I would have gotten these, I think. Okay.
You wouldn't have gotten the Juvenile song.
I might have. Because
really?
Here's the thing is, you sing these songs in your head without saying the words out loud.
Yeah.
So sometimes they just come out.
Yeah.
Well, the party was nice. The party was pumping. Hey ya, yippee-yi-yo. And everybody having a ball. Ha-ha. Yippee-yi-yo. I tell the fellas, start the name calling. Yippee-yi-yo. And the girls respond to the call. I heard a woman shout out.
Holy shit.
He read this one to me, and I kicked myself because I didn't get it.
Yippee-yi-yo.
That's the giveaway. And it really should be a giveaway.
Read it again. I'm sorry.
Well, the party was nice. The party was pumping. Hey ya, yippee-yi-yo. And everybody having a ball. Ha-ha, yippee-yi-yo. I tell the fellas, start the name calling. Yippee-yi-yo. And the girls respond to the call.
I got it. I don't need it anymore.
Okay.
It's the Baha Men.
Okay.
It is Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yeah, there you go.
Woof, 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 woof.
No, it's who.
Is it really?
They don't say woof. They say who. Yeah, they're saying who.
I thought they were barking.
I mean, I think it's supposed to sound like a bark, but it's not actually a bark.
Oh.
They're saying who, but close enough.
Okay, yeah, but
yeah, that's right. That's all that you had. Yeah.
I should get credit, but that I knew it was Baha Men that sang "Who Let the Dogs Out."
My mom, that was on the Burn CD my mom put on for me too.
Really?
Baha
Who
Men,
Let the Dogs
Cisco,
Out?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I brought it to camp. Nobody thought I was cool.
So, this one's a good one. Well, if Lady Luck gets on my side, we're gonna rock this town alive. I'll let her rough me up till she knocks me out, 'cause she walks like she talks, and she talks like she walks.
She bang, oh baby, she move. I go crazy because she look like a flower and she sing like a bee, like every girl in history.
Wow, that was off.
She bang.
I didn't have when Ryan read this one to me, and I didn't get it.
I didn't get the Baha Men either.
Really?
It's
and I like knew it, but okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. I'm so addicted to the loving that you're feeding me. Can't do without it. This feeling's got me weak in the knees. Oh baby. Body's in withdrawal every time you take it away. Can't you hear me calling, begging you to come out and play? So baby, come to me. Show me who you are, sweet to me, like sugar to my heart. I'm craving for you.
I'm missing you like candy.
That's right. Yeah.
Just came. That came out of like I just got that right at the end.
Yeah, I know. So that was another one he read to me, and that was another. I think this is like a muscle. Like it's hard to.
Yeah.
I think we're getting. Well, I'm getting better as we go along.
All right. Okay, here we go. I know you say that I'm assuming things. Something's going down. That's the way it seems. Shouldn't be no reason why you're acting strange if nobody's holding you back from me. 'Cause I know how you usually do, where you saying everything to me times 2. Why can't you just tell the truth? If somebody's there, then tell me who.
Say my name. If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you.
Bang.
Yeah.
Bang. That's okay.
Yeah. All right.
I like this. This is a fun game.
This is a good one. Yeah. Play by my rules, boo, and you gonna say hi. May I answer your third question like AI? Say hi to my players left in the slammer from St. Louis to Memphis, from Texas back up to Indiana. Chi-Town, KC, Motown to Alabama, LA, New York, Yankees, Sluggers to Hotlanta. Louisiana getting paid off this country grammar, smoking in Savannah, blow 30 mil like I'm Hammer.
We're going down, baby. Yo Street in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby. Cocked, ready to let it go.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
What, was I wrong?
You know, that's right. There's more.
What? Oh. We're going down, baby. Yo Street in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby. Cocked, ready to let it go. Why can't I? This is like shimmy, Coco. Listen to it now. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now.
Yeah, that was hard not to sing. That was on Q94 all the time. And B103 as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is Nelly's Country Grammar. That was all.
That was a great song.
It's a shame that's so low on the list, because I would have loved to.
Yeah, where is that?
It's like,
hang on, he wrote it down. Number 32.
Maybe it was towards late in the year. I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been.
Right.
Because that song was
boom, hot shit.
Everywhere.
All right.
Okay. This is the last one for both of us, I think.
No, you have two.
Oh, that's right.
You have two more.
Okay.
All right. Give all my things to all my friends. You'll never step foot in my room again. You'll close it off, board it up. Remember the time that I spilled the cup of apple juice in the hall.
Remember the time that I spilled the cup of apple juice in the hall. Is this the Blink 182 song?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Adam's song.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember the time that I spilled the cup of apple juice in the hall.
Yeah,
and it's just one line here.
Sing the first. Can you say the first one again? The first.
Give all my things to all my friends. You'll never step foot in my room again. You'll close it off, board it up. Remember the time that I spilled the cup of apple juice in the hall.
I know, and I can almost
very catchy song about suicide.
I know, it's a great song, and I literally I saw that it was on the list the other day, and I was like, oh, I bet you that one's gonna be on my list.
This song actually made me.
This is a good song. Blink 182 is good. Is the thing
you like
to say.
Famous quote from Sarah Austin: Blink 182 is better than Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins sounds like shit to me, and that's why I don't like them. I only like things that sound good. But anyway, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Please tell Mom this is not her fault.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is your last one. You know I thug 'em, fuck 'em, love 'em, leave 'em, 'cause I don't fucking need 'em. Take 'em out the hood, keep 'em looking good, but I don't feed 'em. First they fuss, I'm breezing, talking about what's the reasons. I'm a pimp in every sense of the word, bitch. Better trust and believe him in the cut where I keep him. Till I need a nut, till I need to beat the guts. Then it's beep, beep. He did this on purpose. Then I'm picking them up. Let him play with the dick in the truck. Many chicks want to put fists in cuffs. Divorce him and split his bucks. Just because you got good head, I'ma break bread. So you can be living it up. Shit, I parts with nothing. Y'all be frontin'.
Big pimpin'.
No, that's not the lyric. I mean, that's the song, but that's not the lyric.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't. You might have to say it again so I can.
I'll say the last.
I was just saying, like, I was just going to go with the chorus there because I knew the song, obviously.
Yeah. Just because you got good head, I'ma break bread. So you can be living it up. Shit, I parts with nothing. Y'all be frontin'.
I'm going to kick myself, but just tell me.
Me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happen. I'll be forever mackin'. I know.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to place it in the song.
Like, I would be able, if it was like playing right now, I would just be able to just
right. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's challenging to like take it out of the context.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right.
This is my final question.
This is your final question. I never realized I was spread too thin, till it was too late, and I was empty within. Hungry, feeding on chaos, and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. Ryan said you better get this.
Fuck.
Ryan said that you better get this.
No. Okay. It all started when I lost my mother. That sounds sad.
Okay. I'll just, you know what? I'm going to get you to the chorus because he didn't get you to the chorus. He was,
okay.
No love for myself and no love for another. Searching to find love upon a higher level. Finding nothing but questions and devils.
Can you start over? I genuinely don't think I know this song. I don't know what he's talking about.
You know this song, and you claim to love this song, according to Ryan. I never realized I was spread too thin, till it was too late, and I was empty within. Hungry, feeding on chaos, and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. And this is what he wanted you to finish, but I'm gonna go there. No love for myself, and no love for another. Searching to find love upon a higher level, finding nothing but questions and devils.
Can you tell me the artist and I can see that?
The artist is Papa Roach.
No, you gotta be kidding me. Cut my life into. How am I supposed to know the rest of the words to that song?
But, so I think I got you up to because I'm losing my sight.
Because I'm losing. Okay, wait,
I don't think we can be singing, Sarah.
Okay, I know, but okay.
No one's really paying attention to us.
Yeah, I know, but I know we're not supposed to be singing. But okay, say that beginning part again. Is he sure he printed this?
I never realized I was spread too thin till it was too late. And I was empty within, hungry, feeding on chaos, and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. The love for myself and no love for another. Searching to find myself on a higher level.
I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs in the world. But I literally, this is what I know, is we used to go... Me and my friend used to go to parties.
He is going to eat you alive.
I don't care.
For this.
This is what you need to understand. Me and my friend used to go to parties and ask them to play that song, and then as soon as the chorus hit, we would leave. Like that's. I love the song.
The chorus would hit and you would leave.
No, I mean we would like dance to it and be really excited about it because we pulled it off. We like actually got them to play it, which is like so ridiculous. But that is like I don't know the rest of the words to the song. But I actually did listen to it the other day in preparation for this because I was looking at the top 40.
So
and I listened to a bunch of the top 40. We're gonna put the top 40 in the playlist together for you.
Ryan, there you go.
Sorry.
There you go. You win.
Okay, Ryan wins. I think Joe wins as well. That was a really fun game. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan, for
thank you
for writing that down for us.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done MTV, VH1, 106 in Park, music programming. I guess we should touch on, like, this was the beginning of these networks, especially MTV beginning original programming.
Well,
it wasn't the
already
beginning,
had,
but
the Real World had already been in.
Yes,
in
but very soon the original programming was going to start to take over the music video scene, at least in in viewership. And like you mentioned, like you stopped watching music videos as much as you had been before, but
and they start later on as you go on. You know, they stop even like playing music videos on TRL. They're just like play little clips of what number one is. You know what I mean? And they just have they always did that, but it was like
that was more the focus.
The more the focus was kind of
celebrities and
and you know, so what you do have on, you know, MTV, you know, starting there, and we'll go through some of the original programming, but a few years earlier you had Singled Out, which was a show where they got, you know, singles down from like, they had one dater and they had like 100 or 50, you know, possible daters, and they would like whittled them down, but it was kind of a launching point for, she had already been a Playmate, but it was a launching point for Jenny McCarthy, who was the co-host there.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a precursor to some of the dating shows that you had after, you know, MTV starts really going into, they don't have them yet in the year 2000, but things like Date My Mom and
Room Raiders, which was not dating, but was like just as invasive.
Right. And if like, where they went in.
Next, I believe, was on MTV.
Next, right. Dismissed.
What's that?
That one I think actually was in the year 2000, but it was like it was kind of like a different sort of Next.
Yeah.
It was just like they would dismiss a dater. Dismissed. But yeah, like those really dumb dating shows that they would have. And so they like start kind of like toying with this idea. In 2000, you also had Loveline that was on late at night. Were you familiar with Loveline?
No.
Was Dr. Drew Pinsky and Adam Carolla.
Not Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew Pinsky and Adam. That's where like Dr. Drew got his start.
I mean, he'll get a big bang in a couple
and
of years.
It was like you know, people would call in and they'd be like, "Hey, my partner wants to peg me in the ass. What should I do?" And Adam Carolla would make jokes. This was before the Man Show. This is where like Adam Carolla launched. And Dr. Drew would take it very seriously and talk about sexual health. And, you know, it'd be like, "Hey, I've got like a, you know, pus coming out of my dick hole or something," you know, and Dr. Drew would be like, take it very seriously. And Adam Carolla would make a crack about it. But it was like talking about like sex. And it was on at night. Yeah. Right. But it was like, hey, we're going to kind of talk about like sex culturally here. There was another show that was on in the year 2000 that was going on, and it was going on a little bit before then too. And I cranked it to this show. I know.
Yuck.
I'm sorry. But Undressed, it was just this side of like softcore porn.
Oh man.
But like, so you had that kind of stuff. Like they were trying to draw in, you know, it was definitely like, you know, like the more I look at like MTV at that period of time, it was really trying to use sex to sell. A lot of it. And that was including the music video programming. Yeah. So that's something. The Real World. What was the Real World season that year?
Yeah,
Sarah?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say that's really interesting because they are just looking at the pre-launch of all this like iconic MTV programming,
right?
Of like them experimenting. But they were in New Orleans this year, so they were in. Actually, interestingly, I mean, it's not interesting, but they were in a pre-Katrina New Orleans, which. I've been to a pre-Katrina New Orleans.
Katrina is 2003, correct?
Yeah, it's 2003 or 2004, but you know, all the buildings that you see are like pre-Katrina. I mean, everything, a lot of the stuff in New Orleans had to be rebuilt, so it's not the same sort of historic stuff that it is now. I personally didn't find it to be that compelling of a season, but EW did rank it at like number 9 out of 33, so not terribly shabby.
I think so. You had the cast. I can break them down really quick.
Yeah,
for you.
please do.
So you had Melissa Howard, who was
she was
great. Black and Filipino.
Yep.
And she was, you know, kind of wacky and would do like she was very loud and outspoken.
She was so funny.
And,
Sean was laughing out loud at some of the shit she was doing. Like, she's so funny.
Right. Julie Stover, who was a Mormon student at BYU.
Yep.
And who actually got kicked out of BYU for violating the honor code for living with men.
That was a big story.
Yeah, that was a big
Her
story.
parents were pissed.
But she was, you know, she was a rebel Mormon, though.
Yes.
But she was still very, like, sheltered. Danny Roberts, he was gay.
Oh,
and,
okay.
We'll get into that a little bit culturally, the cultural significance of that season. That probably the most culturally significant thing to come out of that season. Jamie Murray, just a guy.
There's always one guy that's like, I'm just a guy. What I like is guy stuff.
Right.
I got cast to be just a guy. And
he had one of those like center parts where the hair comes down on that frames his face. He was just nothing. Matt Smith, who is this strange religious guy who likes he's got like spiky hair and like weird glasses, and he likes hip hop, but he also is like, I don't believe in gay.
He's like a Christian rock Christian.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah.
Just
it was
like,
not...
I remember thinking that guy was cool when I was watching it the first time, and he blows. He's sucks.
Not nice either.
Yeah, he's just awful. But Julie, the Mormon girl, has a crush on him, and he's all like,
and for what?
And he's all like, I'm saving myself for marriage and all that shit. But he was also like trying to be like real cool and into hip hop and like a DJ and shit. That guy sucked. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He
sucked.
Kelly Limp, who was also just a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She was just a girl, but she was like, you know, like, she's now like best friends with the gay guy, and
that makes sense.
You know, in real life, she was just, you know, just a girl, but like
she like
held her shit together. She was just like a normal blonde chick.
Yeah, forward thinking. She held their shit together at work. Like when they went to work, like really, it was just her doing the job, basically.
And then David Broom, who was, you know, no other way to put it, but they cast him to be the angry black guy.
Yeah, it was. They were really fucked up to him.
Yes, and they were kind of fucked up to him, but he does have possibly the moment of the season.
Yeah,
where they're giving intros on they had a public access, that was their job.
Yes,
and they were all introducing themselves, and instead of doing an intro, he just puts on like this musical rendition that he does, and it's just, come on, be my baby tonight. Come on, be my baby tonight. I see the way you treated other thugs you've been with. Come on, be my baby tonight. He later does that on Chappelle's show a few years later.
That.
Yes, he comes on. They do the Mad Real World, and there's like, he actually comes out and does it. And it was like, he's like, this is what black people on the real world are dealing with, and they do the Mad Real World,
okay.
And it is one white guy with 6 of the craziest black people you have ever met.
Yeah, and that's basically what he was stuck in.
That's what he was stuck in, and it's a very funny skit. But then they have him do the musical segment at the end, and it is literally just, come on, be my baby tonight, which is one of the funniest fucking things. And he now goes by Tokyo. By the way, that he goes by the name Tokyo. They did a reunion, apparently.
I saw that. It was like kind of recent.
They did a reunion, and he now goes by Tokyo.
Okay.
Which is par for the course. I mean, this guy was weird.
He is an interest. He's like he's an eccentric guy. He's really not super nice to Melissa, who like tries to connect with him. it seems like
he's not super nice to anyone.
He's not super nice to anyone. I don't think this guy really wanted to be there. I think he maybe was like, okay, this sucks by the time he got there, but I think they end up, you know, they have to stay, I think, to a point. But
so
yeah, the relationship in that season was really the big deal.
So Danny is gay, and he is a he's a resident on the Real World. He's a roommate.
A roommate. Yeah, that's what they call it, yeah.
And he is in a relationship, and he is in a relationship with a member of the United States military. And so, given the time, this is right at the end of the Clinton administration, right? We are going through Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and which at the time was like as cutting edge as you like, that was like open at the time. Like, we're going to let gay people in, but they just don't tell anyone about it. And we're not going to ask you about it. But they had to blur this man's face.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't be identified as a member of the military who was gay. And which is batty to me, because like the argument at the time was like, what if they get horny while they're out there? Fast forward to today, and we're starting to see a little bit a return to that time.
Yeah, they're trying to run it back, but this guy, the roommate, was dating this guy, and like there was always some discussion like with the other roommates about like, oh, like whatever. But the big thing was Danny was his name.
Yes.
He makes a point to be like, no, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy I'm gay.
Right.
Like, I am a happy guy living my life. I'm happy. Which like
right.
was
which
felt kind of new for the time.
Also blows Matt's mind. The
right.
Matt, fuck that guy, Matt.
He's like, what? Well, and it blows Julie's family's mind too.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, like Julie, to her credit, even though she turns out to like kind of be a drama queen. And,
yeah, she's a little evil after the show.
But to her credit, was like trying to understand and be like really forward thinking. And so anyway, that is the Real World that year.
Yeah. And then we had some stuff on VH1. VH1 had Behind the Music, which was still music programming, but very much what you said, like the Gen X trying to be cool. Like, wait, don't forget about our artists. Like, don't forget about these guys.
These are the artists that are covered in Behind the Music in around the year 2000.
It's not good.
The Partridge Family, Celine Dion, Quincy Jones, who was like was behind some
icon.
Right, like behind some really cool music, but old, right? Run DMC, who is absolutely cool, but you know, this by 2000 they're not that relevant.
Right.
Elton John, obviously, love him.
Sure, but he's
not
really
particularly
old.
on the cutting edge of what was going on in the year 2000. And Oasis, which
I mean, they're cool to me forever.
But they did Wonderwall. So
it's still very much indicative.
And
of
I
what
guarantee you that episode was very interesting because those two brothers fucking hate each other.
They're so crazy.
They're like burn each other's house down and shit.
Yeah. So I'm sure it was cool, but this was like the other big programming on VH1. So it very much feeds into your sort of.
And I think, you know, what VH1 was doing, it was nostalgic. Mm-hmm. It was you know, like into like the story of music.
Yeah.
It was not necessarily into like being on the edge of youth culture.
Yeah.
Right.
They feel there's something about them when I think about even then, I always thought about VH1 was like a little more sophisticated. Something in my head was like VH1, like maybe just the letters VH1.
They were just nerdy.
Yeah, it felt more like.
Eventually, they get bought out by each other, or you know, they're under the same company.
I don't think VH1 exists anymore, does it?
No,
they're just.
Or maybe they do. I don't know.
I don't know.
But we'll have to. I don't watch any of this anymore, right?
Yeah, right. So
which is where we're at.
So what happens in the aftermath of this? How did your relationship with music change, going from a music video music consumer to a straight up like pirating music consumer, and then later a streaming music consumer? Like what happened to your relationship with music?
Well, I think what happened, what like really was what changed going forward is like you had this monoculture, right? You had this thing. There was this like one-stop shop where music was thrown together. Grunge was very important in on MTV in the early 90s, and that's what everyone was into. And there were some rap videos that started to come along, and like Death Row in like the mid to late 90s was like huge on MTV, and that kind of like shaped how people thought. But it was like everyone was tuned into the same thing. Going forward after that, you started to be able to get a little more niche, right? Like you started to be able to kind of like go off on your own direction, find things on the internet, and then find your own little, you found your own little, group of people that were listening to the same thing, and I think it kind of like explodes from there. A lot of indie music becomes a lot bigger going forward after that. I think that like, for me, like even the hip hop that I loved in the 90s, right? I started to fall in love with more as I kind of got older and listened to more of it in the 2000s, right? As I was able to discover more of it, as I was able to discover some like the mixtapes, things like that. Like I started like, I have always loved the Wu-Tang Clan. You are, very aware of this. I became way more aware of all of what, some like the individual members were doing. Like I became very much more aware of how great some of those, solo albums were, which weren't presented on like Top 40 radio, which weren't exactly presented on MTV at the time.
Right.
And like, so I go back and I start to like really love like, some of those albums, and then like they start to release these things in the early 2000s as well, and I start to be able to like listen to these things and discover things more, and it kind of like broadens the horizon of what kind of music that you listen to. Everything becomes kind of at your fingertips going forward. So I was just like downloading music. I remember and it became this thing where you're pirating for a while, right? Like Napster and then Kazaa or whatever.
LimeWire.
But it would be a thing where a friend could tell you, hey, I just listened to this type of, I listened to this artist, and you could just go get it. You could just listen to it.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't have to like find it. You didn't have to go to the store and buy a CD. You could just, boom, it was there and I could listen to it. It became like going to MTV for music or like going to radio for music was not the primary way of accessing it anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that it became a broader base of music, became reachable to more people. And I think it kind of diversified tastes, going across. Like I don't think that, most people most people I talk to now aren't particularly up on what's going on in like Top 40 radio.
Yeah. You get that, where you really get that now is like, primarily you get that on TikTok, right? Like you listen to what songs are trending on TikTok. I will say if it shows up on TV, usually it's on SNL. They're pretty good at like having the beat on like, who's this random guy? Like they'll have like Benson Boone, and but even still, like I'm not watching SNL. I'm seeing the clips of him performing on TikTok and realizing, oh, he's the guy that did this song, or he's the guy that does the backflip or the song about Sally. Like they're pretty good at that. Right. But there is something lost, I think, in not having that monoculture where your classmates watched the Top 40 countdown and you all saw it and you can talk about it the next day. I mean, this is, you could say this about a lot of episodic TV, but something like that where it's Monday to Thursday or Monday to Friday. It's great to get more eyes on more artists, but you do lose something when you don't have that shared sort of reality where you all watched Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again on the countdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that there is something lost there there's also something gained.
Absolutely,
For
sure.
I think that there's stuff that's gained. I think I find sometimes that you're able to talk more in depth about things now, and it's weird the way I will hear a clip that kind of goes viral, like it'll be one of those songs that plays on a TikTok video or an Instagram reel, and I'll find the music that way.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's just they use it to overlay on some video.
Yeah.
And the way we discover music now is quite different. And so MTV, to their credit, in an ability to keep up around this time, starts really shifting where their programming's going.
What do they do now? What does MTV do
Who
now?
the hell knows? I mean, I think it's just Rob Dyrdek over and over and over again.
I think they might be we'll have to fact check that. I think that they might be defunct now. I think that's why CBS took over the challenge, which we'll talk about in a later episode, was a big piece of their programming.
Right. We're going to be talking about the challenge. We'll be talking about the challenge in a later episode. We will also, something did premiere in 2000 on MTV that we did not touch on.
That's right.
And we will be touching on in future episodes. So all my Jackass lovers, do not fret. We will be talking about Jackass and Tom Green and that type of stuff.
We felt that it fit better in another episode, just because it was such a cultural marker.
Yes.
It was such a big shift in its
do
world.
do not worry. We do know that Jackass was on MTV in the year 2000.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Joe.
Any final thoughts from you, Sarah?
Yeah, I think this was great. I love music. I kind of wish it was still on TV, but I'm glad we still have it. I'm glad we have these relics.
I do miss music videos. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
Is I miss music videos. It was good. They have something on you can look up. What is it it's a they call it an accompanying visualizer. It's not a music video, but it's an accompanying visualizer, which is, I have no idea.
I don't either. I mean, they have that on Spotify where it's a GIF of a thing just repeating over and over.
But I miss a music video. I do miss. It was fun.
They're still making
them, but it's not something that I recognize immediately.
No, you don't run home to go see. I think Taylor Swift fans probably still do that. I think there have been some artists that have been able to resurrect it a little bit, but it's not the staple that it used to be. But we're happy for what we got. And what are we going to talk about next, Joe? We got a few things on the horizon that we're going to be talking about this season.
I don't know. You pick one.
Within the next few episodes, we're going to be talking about Girl TV.
Girl TV.
And we'll explain to you why Girl TV, why it needs its own episode. Sports. I'm going to be completely quiet. I'm going to just tell Joe when it's time to start and stop because I don't know anything about it.
I also am going to be quiet for Girl TV.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I probably know a little bit about Girl TV.
He likes Girl TV. We're going to talk about the premiere of Law & Order SVU.
Holy moly.
We're going to talk about some big cultural moments in TV. And, of course, we're going to talk about Survivor, among other things. That's a preview for the rest of the season. We've got some other things coming up, but...
All right, well, why don't we talk about Girl TV next week, Sarah?
Let's talk about Girl TV.
All right. So, anyway, we really appreciate you listening, watching, wherever you consume your podcast.
Follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple.
Right. And anyway, we love you.
Thanks, y'all.